Hello, this is Willcol100 returning once again with Factorio. Once again, we're still working to improve our factory efficiency. So I need some more passive provider chests to handle the output from our electric furnaces. And get them into our logistics network. And I think it's time to meander over to our refinery over here and clean it up. Pack it up, rearrange it, that sort of stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is anything that is not necessary right now is going to get packed up. The first thing I'm going to do, so that we don't have lots of oil sitting around where we don't need it, is the oil refinery itself. I'm just going to pack it up. There. Now everything should hopefully just run out after a while. Heavy oil is going to run out in a couple seconds. If it can run out. It might not actually be able to run out. Okay, so we have flying robot frames, engine units, which I need. I'm going to build 4 more diesel locomotives, right? In fact, let's just queue up the 4 more diesel locomotives. So I have 4 diesel locomotives. I'm also going to want a car, so let's queue up the car. I don't need the rest of these engine units. The rest of these engine units can be piled away somewhere. Let's pack up this chest. Pack this up. I'm going to carefully go through everything and pack it up right. Because some things are going to stop working real quickly. Or I'm going to have a real big mess if I don't watch my inventory closely. I mean, real close to that real big mess. Okay. And this is all going to get moved. Or something roughly to it is going to get moved. So everything needs to get rearranged so I can just make this a little more cleaner, more efficient. I'll probably put a gun defense position right here so we don't have bugs coming in. I'm going to move this refinery and we're going to draw water off of our lake here instead of off of the little ones. So I can have the refinery out of the forest, clean up a bit, that sort of stuff. I'm going to try changing it into a bit more modular of a design. Okay, so we're running back over here because I don't need all of this in my inventory. So I'm going to be dumping stuff in random spots, or should hopefully not inconvenience our systems too much. I have the alien science specs for a reason. More logistics robots, because we need the logistics robots. And I don't need the flying robot frames in my inventory. Okay, yeah, let's just release... Oh, I have 1 construction robot. You can go. I have 31 logistics robots. Fly away, because I don't need you in my inventory. In fact, I need you out there working. Running back over here. So I'm packing up the engine industry. So I don't have the engine industry in my way. That storage tank's sadly going to have to stay there, because it's full. You are getting packed up, grabbed, packed up. Inventory's still not exploding, so we're good. We're in a safe zone. Okay. Obviously the lubricant isn't going to get used up, so whatever in that tank's wasted anyway. Cleaning you up. Cleaning this up, because this isn't going to this anymore. Obviously don't need a chemical plant cracking heavy oil into light when we're not producing any heavy oil here at the moment. Clean this up. Because this is a fluid industry zone, I'm not having the construction robots cleaning it up so that we don't get a lot of wasted oils and stuff like that floating around. Trying to minimize the oil waste too. So that's the oil tanks. Don't want to mess with the oil tanks too much. Oops, I just grabbed one of the robots I've been here, didn't I? Yes, one logistics robot got grabbed. Oops, what did I just... Pipe to ground, going... Oh, war pipe to ground. So, dysfunctional, because I already pulled up the... something it went to. Yes, that was the water going to our furnace, I think. Oh no, this was the oil, the light oil coming in from something else. Okay, so this light oil tank is empty. No hard feelings picking it up. I might have to be prepared for a rapid power switch, because we're actually... There's signs that the solid fuel industry wasn't working particularly well. We'll just let you unpack. I don't need you packed up quite so quickly. Pull up the rest of these pipes. So I'm basically cleaning things up, right? Alright, so this oil went to this chemical plant over here, which is cracking into petroleum. Which it obviously isn't anymore because we are out of petroleum. Or out of light oil. We do have petroleum in this tank, and I don't think we have any more need for sulfur. Is the sulfur not working because I'm not threading with something? No. The sulfur is backed up because it's trying to go into chests that we don't have anything for, right? Okay, let's... I don't have an advanced circuit. I don't have an advanced circuits because I don't have... Give me a moment while I go fetch a coal, because I need to empty this petroleum tank, which means I need to figure out a way to use up all the petroleum. And probably the easiest way is just to turn all the petroleum into plastic, which means I need coal. Which means I need to go over to where coal is stored. Actually, let's... I don't need all these diesel locomotives in my inventory. So I'll just place them on their sidings. Not perfectly centered in their sidings, right? But good enough that they're placed. All 5 of our diesel locomotives are now placed. Now I'm going to come running over to the coal. And I kind of need to be quick and efficient with packing up our oil industry, because the oil industry right now is the primary power supply. Because I'm running everything off of solid fuel. We still have plenty of power. We have, in emergency, we have 550 megajoules of power for things that are complaining we got this giant backlog of solid fuel. No worries right now. My inventory is full. Because I got lots of batteries, lots of things. I can got raw wood. I can run things off of raw wood. I have coal. Power won't be an issue. There just might be a spontaneous shutdown when everything stops working. Because the oil or the solid fuel runs out. So let's get over here. You have actually unpacked everything, so we're going to pack you up. We'll just run everything. We'll leave the big pole up. We don't need these little poles there. Okay. So I grabbed coal to shove in there. Have coal. So that'll make more plastic. The plastic will make more advanced circuits. Well, actually no. This thing's actually lacking. It isn't lacking the plastics. It's lacking circuits. By giving it circuits, it should start working. This thing over here is lacking iron plates. I can give it iron plates. Let's get these working here. And making more batteries, which we make use of. Okay, coal's working. This is using up petroleum. This uses 3 petroleum a second. We have 1.5 gigawatt. This needs to get picked up, or used up, right, before I can move that tank. That lubricant tank's going to be there for a while. In fact, it's not too far out of the way. It's not going to be an issue if it's sitting there, right? It's not too in the way. This petroleum is a little annoying, and because of where it is a little annoying for it to be there. Okay, we now have some advanced circuits, which means I can build provider chests. Massive provider chests. Means I can turn... Let's grab passive provider chests. Where did they go? In my inventory? Yes, they went into my inventory. Why do I even have the active provider chests in my inventory? I don't even know. Passive provider. You're going to be a passive provider. You're going to be a passive provider. I can now build 2 requester chests. Actually, let's build 2 more passive providers. I'll automate this until I'm done packing it up and move it right. Okay, passive provider. We're now making stuff. Okay, the requester is going to go here. You're going to be a requester. You're going to be a requester. You need... Actually, I don't need requesters. You're a requester. This doesn't even need a requester. You're going to request circuits. Pick up like 200 of them. You're going to also request plastics. Plastics are here. Get 200 of them. Your passive provider. You don't need that there anymore. I don't need plastics in my inventory, so all the plastics can get delivered there. Or can get built into this chest, right? We're out of coal again. So you are a requester, you're going to request coal. Basically all the coal. Get all the coal. You are the only consumer of coal. In the base right now. Roboport's working, this is working. Passive provider's working. This is burning through petroleum. We're burning through the petroleum pretty quickly. Now that I'm doing that, let's take our deconstruction tool. We have a forest in the way that I don't like. There's a very easy way to get rid of forests. Stick the construction robots on them. And then we have prime empty real estate down here. And I'm going to use 4 refineries. So we're obviously going to need lots of petroleum, lots of stuff, right? How many refineries do I want? For the moment, let's just assume that I'm going to need more than 1. So, if I have more than 1, we're going to have pumps to get water out of the offshore pumps. The offshore pump is going to pipe to ground, out, away. She doesn't need to pipe it ground all that far out. We're just going to pipe the ground out there. We're going to have pipes stretching along. Once in a while I'm going to put a pipe to ground in it to provide walkways through it so I can get through, right? If that makes sense. I'm going to have adjacent, or not adjacent to that because it can't be adjacent to that. It's going to be our petroleum line. Which again, it's going to have its own pipe to grounds so that I can walk through it. And off of this, we're going to have lines that go to refineries. That, of course, I'm going to need space to walk through. So if we do that, then we need a pipe to ground from water. So let's first assign this thing's job. You're going to be everything's going to be running on advanced processing. So I need very, very little heavy oil. And I prefer to minimize the amount of cracking I need to do. So you're going to need water to there. You're going to need the crude oil to there. So there we go. That's the inputs. Then from there, I'm going to be wanting to go something like that. Oops. From there to there. We'll get 3 parallel rows like we did on the other side of each chemical that comes out. Whoops. No. Not how I wanted that working. Not how I wanted that working. Okay, so this one's gonna have to be a little longer than gonna have to go after that. Okay. In which case we can have a down there that goes out to there. So you can come up there. You just can't. Oops, so I'm out of pipe to ground. I'm actually thinking, this is outside of Roboport range, so I'm gonna have to just build another Roboport. Well, granted, it's backed up to the lake, so it's pretty safe. The refineries themselves probably aren't going to need access to the Roboport. It's just everything that comes out of them is going to... Everything that goes through refining outside of them is going to need access, right? Pipe to ground. There. I'm probably going just a little overkill with this. So I got a 3 wide gap. Let's run a 3 wide gap. Sounds reasonable. So yeah, that'll allow us to have very defined outputs that can be diverted out to wherever we want them up there. So then I just need to figure out a way to get crude oil in. But it shouldn't be all that hard because we've already got crude oil running along here, right? So to get the crude oil in, all you need to do is attach from this belt, or this pipe. The easiest way to attach to this pipe is to lock you out. Oops, out of pipe to ground again. I have an odd number of pipe to ground. I'm going to deal with this odd number of pipe to ground. Okay. There we go. I'm going to hook you up there. Hook you there. And there we go. We have... Petroleum is now supplied to our oil refinery. Which, as soon as I give it power, it's going to shut down within a couple seconds because it's going to fill up its output because the output doesn't go anywhere. The logistics robots are supplying coal in mass to our plastics factory, which is happily consuming all our petroleum gas so I can move our petroleum storage tanks. Now where do I want to put the storage tanks? So we have space for like 3 or 4 refineries, right? Like each refinery probably isn't going to consume quite that much in the way of water. So the recipe is 5 water in over 5 seconds. So actually I think I need 1 pump per oil refinery. That's neither here or there. So 5 would easily be provided by that 1 line of water. Probably get 5 in a row here. So I want to put it over here or over there. Probably want to put it over on this side. So I want each one of these is going to go into their own zone of storage tank. Right now I only have 2 storage tanks. We'd have 3 with that. So I need iron and steel, which the robots will no longer deliver to me because we're not storing iron any place. I might have to remedy that quickly. Especially seeing as it looks like the production is almost at a standstill on certain goods. So I'm having to jog back into town. Okay, so I'm going to set it up. So we have a passive provider chest, which means I need 2 passive provider chests. 2 passive provider chests. One's going to be short-handed inserted. One's going to be long-hand. Well, no, I need 1 from each side. So I'm actually going to want 2 passive provider chests over here. So I want to grab from... No, short-handed will work as well over here. But to say I'm going to need long-handed, and it's like, nah, it's not going to work the way I wanted it to. I need long hands. Okay. There. This will put copper and iron into the system, so I can have the logistics robots deliver me the copper and the iron. So I probably need more copper production because it's becoming obvious that the copper production is moving slowly. Granted, we have 352 copper in the system. So one thing I will do is we're going to set up... I have a requester chest. Let's set up the requester chest. Let's build a fastener center so I can do this quickly. Let's move you over. Put it there. Put the chest that went to where I didn't want it to go. Put it there. You're going to request copper ore. As much as you can get your hands on. I'm going to even give you some copper ore. And this fastener is going to go ahead and put that on the conveyor belt. So it gets put into here. We don't need it in the system as copper ore. I prefer it in the system as iron ore. Or as ore to get turned into plates, right? So I prefer it as plates rather than as ore. So I don't have to expand sooner rather than later because this isn't going to last very long. But granted, my expansion is instead of gathering from right here, it's going to be from gathering here. And our pollution is definitely pulling back as I just have cleaner and less power demand. Right now we're only using 11 megawatts, so I'm only using half of these, just over half of these, to provide power to the place. Most of that's going into the furnaces and the roboports. The roboports are one of our major power drains. Okay, so lubricants being lubricant. So what do I need again for blue? What are we missing? We're missing battery production and advanced circuit production. Both of which we only need 5 every 12 seconds. Which doesn't sound that hard. Until I remember that these, even maximum speed boost, we're barely getting a small amount of them, right? We're barely getting, oh no, they're every 8 seconds. So maximum speed boost we were doing in every 4 seconds. So we were doing, in 12 seconds, we're providing enough to run all 5 of those with just these 2 machines running full speed. In fact, I could just leave these machines set up like that and they'd work perfectly fine. Well, I'd have to upgrade this one chest to a requester chest, which I could do right now. Let's just upgrade it to a requester chest. Actually, I wouldn't even need to go that far. I would just have to crest copper cable. And I can move this assembly machine over to there, and the copper cable should hopefully find its way over. Granted, there was a hopefully in there, which probably means it won't occur. And they're all trying to deliver stuff to me. Which is hard for them to do because they're slow. I don't have much cargo capacity. Okay, walking back over to our factory. A lovely, lovely factory. Yeah, once again, it's the battery stuff. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a cut in the video here. And I'm going to return to you as hopefully should be finishing up the refinery side. Until next time, this is Willcol100.